A smoky cherry look. Look, this even has cherries on it. Maybe I was a little inspired. I'm excited. I'm thinking this. Y'all know I'm gonna get wild. No, I'm gonna hold off on the green. Let's get started. I'm gonna start with my Milk eyeshadow base, but I'm also gonna use another liquid shadow. But what this does is kind of keep everything a little bit pliable. That way it doesn't dry down, because I find that when I'm applying shadows on a completely dried down, yes, this is it, but on a completely dried down liquid shadow, I sometimes don't get the pigment and the texture and the layering that I want. So a little bit of a clear base underneath this, if you're layering it, not if you're wearing this alone, but if you're layering shadow, this, oh sorry, this under this. This is gonna be fun. Okay, now I'm not worrying about this being wildly pigmented and perfect. Again, I'm using this as a base to where we're headed, but I didn't want it to dry down. When I'm using the side of the brush just to tap it, smooth it out a little bit. Now I don't have to worry about it drying. One of the most intimidating things about makeup for me was I used to want everything to be perfect right from the start. But I find that cleaning up and knowing how to fix things is really where I started to understand makeup. So I don't want you to feel like this needs to have any rhyme or reason right now. We just have to know how to come back and control it later. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I want more depth. Might as well start some depth here. That way I kind of already have something for the powder shadow to transition in and just transition into in just a second. So let's just add that depth right through the socket. This palette is so pretty. I love these tones. Picking up a lot of that shadow. That's gonna be our first transition. I'm gonna take this all the way up to my brow bone. Ooh, look at that pretty transition we already have. Now remember, we need to clean it up. We can later, but also I want this really, really smoky. But I'm gonna teach you. Just hold my hand. We're gonna figure this out together. Same brush. I am wiping off the brush on Sheila. I bet you're like, well, who in the heck is Sheila? A cat? Sheila's my makeup towel. Somewhere on here it says Sheila. I don't know. There we go. I just started calling my original one Sheila many moons ago. And it's just really fun to scream Sheila when you're in here doing makeup. So we're gonna take that darker shade, push that into the socket, grabbing more of it. And it's just gonna brighten this up. Let's go to this really black cherry shade. And I think I'm just gonna focus that out here. And then we're gonna start the cleanup, and this will start to make some sense. What I'm about to do is going to seem wild, but I'm actually gonna clean here in a little while where I might have creasing. So I'm gonna use this to kind of melt everything and even reactivate edges. Do not be scared. As long as you're cleaning up where we would normally have creasing, you're gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna spray this pretty far away. Okay, you see how much I sprayed? Just hang on. Switching to a fluffier brush, I'm gonna grab this shade, and we're gonna make, that's what I always like to say, we're gonna make all this become friends, and then we're gonna do our tidy. But the spray just kind of make sure everything's nice and reactivated so it accepts the pigment. But then I'm basically setting again with the shadow. All right, I don't know if you're ready for the next part. It's gonna be fun. Same brush, E29, and it's really wet with some micellar water. I'm gonna tidy these larger areas. But wait, there's more. Now, because this eye is very much in the realm of red, I'm gonna take green corrector and tame it. I know, it feels gimmicky, but one thing color theory is not, is gimmicky. All right, let's start to melt this outer part. Same brush, I just dried it off. Just letting it run so you can watch the magic unfold. then we're gonna do this inner part. Wipe it off, finish the blend. And then I know y'all want to watch this part too. And my doggy wants out, and I think the cat wants in. Just a second, Doug. We have fun. And if you're wondering why I didn't just, let me put more, didn't just use concealer to clean up, you can. But just to be sure, I wanted to use the green. Because green is actually going to neutralize. Hang on, we're gonna do this one first. Okay, hang on. Bear with me. While concealer can sometimes just start to mix in. See the difference? Yes, I know, but this is color theory. I don't do, yeah, there you go. I don't do gimmicks. I don't do gimmicks. I do color theory. Let's go ahead and correct this. I'm gonna wipe it off, but my entire existence is teaching, and I just love teaching. So y'all have really been loving these kind of half-cut crease situations, but I'm gonna do just a spotlight today, but we're gonna carve the heck out of the center. So I'm taking that dark shade and really packing it. I'm using a smaller brush because I've already done a lot of my tidying. So if I use a smaller brush, everything's gonna stay more in control. Okay, leave the center open. Now, oh, this is so much fun. I'm taking a white eyeshadow base and we are gonna carve right through here. It is going to turn a little light pink, but that's what we want. Don't forget, you can always wipe your brush off. Oh, and if you hear a weird noise, like something that just shut off, I'm picking up more base. I have a little heater on in here. I don't want to talk about how not cold it is outside, and I'm cold, because I'll be embarrassed, especially to my northern friends. Y'all are going to make fun of me. But I'm cold, so I have a little mini heater in here with me. Okay, and then I'm just making sure the base is nice and smooth. You can see I've definitely carved out both sides. We want this and this to remain as dark as possible, but it can be kind of cool if you just want to extend this and come back to this later. It's kind of like a little ghosty situation in there. Y'all are about to be so mad at me, but my vision that I'm wanting isn't in here. Let me find the vision I have. This is my vision. This is a Carla Cosmetics pressed pigment. The shade is Daydream. I think I'm gonna grab it on a fluffier brush because I kind of want to not deposit as much pigment. It all is gonna need smoothed out. I've been searching. This is totally normal at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna take the fluffy brush at first and try to not deposit quite as much color. Perfect. Then let's grab this shade on the E27 and press that into our, I don't know what to call this, ghost crease. Yes. All right, just to brighten it up, grabbing this shade, and that's gonna go right in the center where the eyeball sticks out the furthest. Now you might never wanna do this look, but if you ever want your shadow to just really catch the eye, what you're gonna do is put on your favorite, most comfort shade, and then put a shade that's just a little bit lighter and sparkly where your eyeball sticks out the furthest. I'm gonna do just a little bit of gel liner with an E26, just for some extra depth, right at the edge of my eye. One of my favorite waterline colors, this is the shade Bewitch from Kosas. Okay, oof, this is gonna make my eyes look really green. I'm gonna top it with this one. This one's from Lancome. I also love this one. Lily Lashes Self-Adhesive Lashes. This is the style go-getter. I kind of just let them sit here and figure out. I've worn these quite a bit so they remember my eye shape, so they're a little bit easier to put on, especially once they warm up to my lash line. I definitely need to color correct that redness in my cheeks. Here we go. This is my typology. I'm sure that most of y'all know that. I can even melt these edges a little bit more with a bigger brush. Let's use double wear. And if you're not shaking double wear for at least 30 seconds, you might not be getting the best version of double wear. I'm gonna use double wear concealer too. Just sounds fun. It's really, really blustery and getting a little bit more chilly here, so the idea of heavier makeup just sounds fun. I know that they make pumps for these, but honestly, as much as this takes out is perfect. And then I like to really smooth out double wear. But since we have this purpley red, that is going to pull my foundation more yellow. And the reason why is right now, because of this line here, it's kind of pulling more purple than it is cherry. And with the purple, across on the color wheel is yellow. So the foundation is going to look like a little yellow. We can fix it with what we add here in a second. So if you're thinking, what are you doing with this yellow foundation? This normally matches me. Color theory can sometimes make things a little off, but then it's just about knowing how to come back and fix it. You're also going to notice I'm not going to worry too much about these edges because I'm going to do a really subtle, I'm going to try to keep it subtle, and we're going to do a subtle drape. I'm going to, trust me, okay? Just trust me. I'm going to take a little bit of this blush. It's very much in the realm of the eye, and I'm going to put this, look how little I'm going to use. I'm going to pick up just a little bit more, and I'm using a fluffier brush, and this is going to go under our bronzer. I'm doing this on wet foundation, by the way. Also, don't worry about none of that. Pretty sure that was my hair. Because all we got to do, work that back in. All right, let's get this bronzer base. Then I'm going to pick up this cream bronzer. That is going to go on top. And this is going to shift the complexion and tie everything together perfectly. C40.5. Ooh, look at that sculpt we can get. Double Wear Concealer, 2.5C. When I'm a little bit more fall shade, going into my winter shade, so I don't have to color correct with this one now. It doesn't leave a cast. Basically what I'm saying, it's not too light for me anymore. Now before I set, I want to take this shade and this shade and mix them underneath here. And I thought it would just be easier to do it this way instead of reaching for shadow and risking fallout. No fallout with a liquid. Oh, perfect. Givenchy pressed. Work that in, set the under eye. This is a lip journey. I want to do a lip stain. I really like this one because it's not crazy neon. Oh, right now it's blue. But I want to start here. And by the way, I love this. You just have to put on a lot more than you think. I actually don't like these as much unless I have this spray because it just kind of, let me show you. It actually doesn't mess with makeup either. It helps this come off so much easier. Get the spray. Now, just like we did, remember when I did the black lip and the sparkly on top? I'm gonna do a brown lip liner. It's gonna help keep this a truer black cherry. In fact, I thought about something with the eyes, and I should have used the brown as the base to make it more black cherry. That's why we ended up more purple. But, I mean, I still like the eye. Let's top it with this Kiko Milano gloss. This is shade 44. And I just blended out the brown Oh yeah. This gloss is really pretty. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. I went a little purple. I did. But I want to do it again. And I also think I'm going to make it a little bit easier. Well, I'll try my best to just do 2 colors. And I already have my next idea. I'm very excited, but I mean, I'm not mad at this look. I like it. All right, my friends, I love you with all of my heart. Thank you so much for being here with me. And until the next video, bye for now.